All right, welcome to the live stream. For those of you that are watching on the replay, welcome to the replay. For those of you who do not know me, I am Boss Attorney Bree, and I am a licensed California attorney. I practice trademark law and business law, and some of you may not know, but I also practice family law, which is going to come into handy on today's cases because we're going to be talking about the Kim Kardashian West separation from Kanye West. But we also are going to be getting into another business case that we cover here on this channel. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I have covered the Dana Chanel incident, and we're going to get a little bit more into detail regarding that case in just a moment. But before we get started, I do want to let everybody know that nothing on this live stream is meant to be legal advice. If you're having your own legal issues, make sure to consult with your own attorney. If it's trademark, copyright, feel free to book a consultation with me. If it's anything else and you're not in the state of California, then you're probably going to have to find your own cool attorney that is not me. Okay, so welcome in everyone that is watching on the live stream. Let me know where you are from. If you are watching on the replay, also comment below and let me know where you're from. If you're new to this channel and you are interested in breaking down the legal concepts in celebrity lawsuits and you're interested in learning about business law for your own business, be sure to subscribe to this channel, okay? And so we are going to jump right into talking about the first case. And I'm sorry, I got some nonsense going on over here that I'm trying to get together. But we're going to jump right into the next case, or right into the first case of the day. Of course, we're going to be talking about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's drama. But before I get into that, there is an update on the Dana Chanel case. For those of you who do not know who Dana Chanel is, she's a social media influencer that helps small businesses and especially target small Black businesses build their business. She's supposed to be helping them grow their business and become a multimillionaire or a thousandaire or whatever she's trying to encourage them to become, just like her. I covered her case a few months ago because she has actually been sued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So she's being sued by her state for violating the consumer protection laws, i.e., she is allegedly scamming people with her business plans. And I'm sorry, y'all, I got a lot going on right here. So, okay, I think I finally got it together over on this end. So, yes, she is being sued by the state of Pennsylvania for scamming her followers. How did she scam her followers? She allegedly told them that if they sign up with Alakazam apps, which is one of her businesses, that they will be able to have apps for their small business. People are claiming that she did not deliver on that, and so people filed consumer complaints with the state on the Alakazam apps. They also filed consumer complaints on her credit repair company, where she was supposed to fix people's credits, but nothing was happening, and so they also filed complaints with the state on that. So the state took it upon themselves to go ahead and sue her for these violation of the consumer protection laws. Of course, Dana Chanel has answered and said she is not liable. She has not violated any consumer protection laws. There was also an allegation or a cause of action that she also violated the laws when it comes to actually being a credit repair specialist and the notices that she has to give to people. She denied all of that, and it looks like it's going forward to trial. If you have been watching this case, all that has happened so far that I've reported on is the filing of the complaint and then the filing of Dana Chanel's answer. And so now we have moved past the case status management and they have been set for trial. So, when is the trial going to be on this case? They are currently set for trial for June 2023. And so that sounds like a long time from now, but it's really not. It is kind of on the right on time. They have about a year and a half to prepare all of the things that they need for trial. They do have to be done with discovery by February 23rd of 2023, or maybe not the 23rd, but of February 2023, they need to be done with discovery. And so what that means is that they have to be done collecting all of the evidence that they're going to use in order to present at trial. If they get evidence in and they find that she has not violated these statutes and that she has not violated the consumer protection laws, then it is a possibility that the state will be willing to settle with her. But if they get evidence and they find out that she has violated the consumer protection laws and she has been scamming her consumers, then she will potentially, then it will go to trial, and they will have to go in front of the court and decide whether the court is going to hold her liable. If she's held liable, then she's going to most likely have to pay restitution to the people that she allegedly scammed. So, for those of you watching on the live stream, let me know if you've heard about this case, if you think that she should be liable. If you have not heard about this case, make sure you go back and watch my video on it. It's not a live stream, it's a pre-recorded video, and it's about 15 minutes, and it breaks down exactly what she's being sued for and the other companies that she has. And the reason why I think the Black community was so upset with this case in particular is because she intentionally targeted small Black businesses to scam them out of thousands of dollars, allegedly. For the credit repair services, the cost for that was up into the thousands of dollars. For the Alakazam apps, the cost for that was up into the thousands of dollars. They also have several other companies, including a tax preparation service, which if they were not fixing credit and they weren't giving your apps, I can only imagine what the tax company is like. But they actually allow you to franchise their tax name and do taxes under them, but then you pay them for every tax return that you do, on top of already paying $5,000 just to use the name for the year in whatever educational things that come with it. So let me know if you have heard about these people. Let me know if you follow these people. She's married to Prince Donnell, and so it has been coming out that some of their companies are just a little bit scammy, and that's why Pennsylvania is suing them. So guys, let me know if you heard about them, if you're watching on the live stream or if you're watching on the replay. And do you think that the state is going to be able to find information to show that they actually did not deliver on their promises under their businesses? So that was all that I have on that case. Like I said, it's a quick update. It's being set for trial. They have a year and a half to get everything done and see if it's going to go to trial. And then so by June next year, we should be able to know whether Dana Chanel and her companies are going to be liable for violating the consumer protection laws. And so we are going to jump into what we have all been waiting for, which is the Kim Kardashian is officially single. That is the headline that is going around. Everybody's saying, yes, Kim Kardashian is single. She doesn't have to deal with Kanye West anymore. The divorce is over. That is not necessarily the case. She actually just filed for a bifurcation, which means they're technically still going through the divorce process, but she is legally single, which means she can change her name. She's taken off the West reportedly. She's going to go back straight to Kardashian, and they just have to kind of sort out the custody of their children and then the assets that they have. And remember that they have a prenup because they're a famous couple. And so guys, this live stream is not going to be as long as all the other live streams that have been recent, due to the fact that I don't have a lot of documentation to go over today, but I do have the order from the court that we're going to take a look at, what the court actually ruled on. And we have Kaylee in here. Let's see what Kaylee has to say. The Ver Life. I am not sure what that means, but thank you for joining the live stream and thank you for your comment. And so let's just kind of go over what happened with the bifurcation. Back in December, Kim Kardashian filed with the court to declare her legally single back in December of 2021. Kanye West came back a few weeks ago opposing her request to become legally single, and claiming that he wanted certain things done before the court actually declares her legally single. So I'm just going to be kind of looking at this article that I have just to make sure I'm addressing all of the things Kanye West wanted the court to rule in order to make her legally single. And then we're going to get into what the court actually decided. So Kanye West basically laid out conditions of why of conditions that Kim Kardashian must meet and that she needs to refile her request to be legally single before he will agree to allowing her to be legally single. If you guys are familiar with the court system, you don't get to just tell the court what to do. There actually has to be like laws, case laws, statutes, something supporting your request. You can't just say, I have these conditions, and if she does not meet them, then she does not get to be legally single. Ultimately, the court is going to decide whether she gets to be legally single. But we're going to talk about the conditions that Kanye West put on this bifurcation anyways, because apparently he had a lot to say about whether she should be considered legally single. So he wanted to include a request to establish the right to reimbursement, which either party will be reimbursed for monies owed if one of them died, or even if one of them died. So he's basically trying to have a contract that he will get money paid back to him if one of them died. But it's kind of like, why are you even talking about that? If it was, if they are married, they have a prenup. So their prenup should have information in it to what will happen if one of them died. And additionally, they're celebrities, so they probably already have, or they do have trust and wills in place that will establish where the money goes if one of them died. So this was just like kind of a pointless condition that is just kind of holding up the court's processing. So that was one of his conditions on allowing the bifurcation if he had that authority. The next thing he wanted was for Kim Kardashian to forfeit her marital privilege until the final agreement has been made on their property and custody of the 4 children. Again, they are celebrities. They have trust and wills in place for them. And they also have a prenup in place, which is going to discuss where the money of the joint property that they have will go. More than likely, they kept separate accounts. And so whatever was brought with the separate property would continue to be that person's separate property. Anything that was given to them during the marriage or that they acquired during the marriage that will not be considered separate property will be determined by their actual prenup. So he's asking for her to give up her marital privilege. Not exactly sure which marital privilege he's talking about. It could be the privilege of if someone went to court, that she would not have to testify against them under those laws, or it can be the privilege that you get when you get married, and let's say your partner does get in an accident. Usually your spouse is the person that gets to decide what happens to them, like if they're on life support or something like that. Not quite sure what marital privilege he was asking for her to give up, because I didn't get the actual papers on that matter, but it could go either way. He probably is talking about if he goes to jail, that her marital privilege will still apply to him, and so she would not have to testify against him in anything that he said that can hold him criminally liable, which is a weird request to make because they're separated. They're not living together. They have kind of moved on with their lives. And let me see. Okay, that's what it was. The marital privilege, that it will all be a part of the court record. Their communication will be a part of the court record. If the status is terminated now without this condition, then a barrier in obtaining evidence regarding parenting and custody will arise if Kim remarries before the case is concluded. Okay, that I don't know. That doesn't make sense. The way he's trying to apply using testimony from the court to this condition is not really a good excuse. Anyways, the next thing he asked for is for her not to transfer any assets out of the trust. and Kim Kardashian is not going for it. So he doesn't want her to transfer any money out of the trust. Again, the trust is likely not a part of the marriage. If it is a joint trust, then if she's a trustee and she's still not supposed to be disposing of any of the marital property, so it will be illegal for her to take money out of the marital property and then sell it because the assets are still a part of the divorce. Yes, Kim is technically legally single, but the assets and the custody of the children are still being decided for the court. So she is still legally restrained from getting rid of any property without any community property. So any trust that they have together, she is still barred from getting rid of any of that property, selling anything, buying any big expensive things, um, any of anything of that nature. She is already restrained from doing that. So his condition and his request is kind of void, null and void at that point. So we are going to get into the actual minute order of what the court decided on this case. If you are watching live and you're not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the like button so that we can be a little favorite in the algorithm. And what did I want to talk about before we get into this emotion? I completely lost my train of thought. But basically, oh yeah, I remember. Kanye West actually did not show up to this, even though he opposed for her to become single. He decided that it wasn't that important for him to actually show up at the actual hearing. And this hearing was yesterday, March 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. And Kanye West did not show up. It is alleged that he was actually out having dinner in Miami or Florida or somewhere with Tristan Thompson the night before. And so maybe he couldn't make it back by 8:30 in the morning. Anyways, his attorney did appear on his behalf. But the crazy thing is that he put in a new substitute of attorney the day before the hearing. So while he's out having dinner with all these people, he's also replacing another attorney. I believe he's on his fourth or fifth attorney at this point in this lawsuit. So I don't know how he expects to get anywhere in this lawsuit if he keeps changing his attorneys. That's just kind of delaying the process. You have to transfer paperwork, all of this nonsense. But anyways, besides the point of me ranting of keep changing attorneys during a divorce, why, I don't know. But let's go ahead and look at this motion today. Oh, I have to actually select which one I'm going to be sharing. Where are we going? All right. And so we are going to take a peek at the motion. And like I said, today, the live stream is going to be pretty short. I actually have my own trial to prepare for. So we're just going to take a quick look at this document. And as we can see, we have Kim Kardashian West, who appeared via LA Court Connect, so electronically. And then we have the lawyer for, her name is Blair Wasser, for Kim Kardashian. And we have Ashley Montgomery, who is appearing for Kardashian as well via LA Court Connect. So she has two attorneys. And then we have Samantha Spector, who is the new attorney for Mr. Kanye West. Okay, the court basically called this hearing, and the court actually agreed to terminate the marital status between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. The court restores the petitioner and the respondent to the status of an unmarried person as of the date of the entry of judgment. So as of yesterday, they are both technically single under the state laws of California. And then he just goes on to talk about how each of the parties appeared and the fact that Kanye West was actually not in an appearance. And even if he couldn't make it to the proceeding, he could have joined via LA Court Connect, which is electronically. So he should have at least tried to make an appearance. But it's likely that he knew that his request was going to get denied due to the fact that the conditions that he set on it was not really, they weren't really good conditions. And he also got this new attorney, so he probably just kind of like throwing his hands up in the air because he knew he was going to lose on this motion. So like I said earlier, they still have to go through their assets. They still need to go through anything else that they're going to kind of split up in the divorce, including the custody of the children, which in their case shouldn't be too hard because Kanye West has moved across the street from her. So having shared parenting time shouldn't be an issue unless Kanye West gets a restraining order put against him because he's saying all of this crazy stuff online and he's acting erratic. She might want to get a restraining order against him due to the fact that he's making all these claims and these threats to Mr. Pete Davidson. It's not too far fetched for Kim Kardashian to also believe that he may harm her as well. So Kim Kardashian, I am not a fan of her, but she is free from the shackles of what we call Kanye West. Support Kanye West's music sometimes, but this craziness that he's doing against Kim Kardashian, I cannot get behind. Let that lady move on with her life, and he can move on with his new Kim Kardashian lookalike girlfriend and move on with his life and make sure that he's not violating any of Kim Kardashian's rights so that he does not get a restraining order put on him because his house is across the street. If they put a restraining order against him, they might make him move somewhere else because his house is probably 100 yards away, which is in violation of a restraining order. He does not want to have to sell his house due to him acting crazy against Kim Kardashian. So that is what is going on in the Kim Kardashian West, or now she's just Kim Kardashian alone. She's changing her name back to just Kardashian alone, and she's going to be able to move on with her life. It's probably going to be a couple of months before they really get done with all of their asset distribution and the custody matter. Let me go back on here. I think they have a conference set for August 5th. So they're going to have to let the court know what their status is on basically separating the, the assets and deciding on custody, permanent custody order for the children. So notice is waived, and we will have another update on them unless they finish a little early by August 5th of this year. So let me know if you guys have any questions on this matter or on the Dana Chanel matter. Thank you guys for joining in. Like I said, this is a short live stream due to the fact that I didn't have a big complaint to go through or any other type of motion to go through. We just went over an order, which was one page, and not a lot of writing on it. So that is the end of the live stream today. Since I do not see any questions coming up, I will be back on live stream next week, full in effect. We'll see if we get some new lawsuits come in, or we might have some updates on some of the other cases that we have previously covered. Let me know. I've been thinking about this, guys. Let me know if you would be interested in doing trademark reviews for your small businesses. So you can submit your actual trademark name to me, and I will review them on live for you to see if you have a viable trademark. Let me know if you guys will be interested in that. I will see you next Tuesday on the live stream. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.